What is good, guys? It's Ray J back with another video, and this one I want to talk about the overall market and break down what's going on right now because we're starting to see the market pump of all things after the very bearish jobs report came out. Now, before I break anything about what happened for today and what's going on with these important levels, let me just mention a few things. I'm personally not a financial planner, so take none of this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, deposit $100 into the account, you're guaranteed up to 5 free stocks. This offer ends in just about 9 days, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's break down what's going on with the market. So this was pretty insane price action for today. Basically, in the morning, we had some pretty bearish looking jobs numbers that came out, which caused the market to sink in the morning. The non-farm payrolls were much harder than expected, causing the market to drop pretty hard. SPY ended up testing 420 over and over and over again. You can actually see it more clearly over here. We were down and testing 420, hitting 420 here, also right here in the 420 area for the last few hours. We ended up just starting off this way, and then during the last 20 minutes, SPY started bouncing a little bit. Then we started to see this thing push and push and push. And now we're starting to see this thing squeeze towards this 427 area. So it's pretty crazy, pretty wild price action for today. The question is, what level should we be watching for, excuse me, and what should you be looking at when it comes to SPY and etc. So sometimes the market do unpredictable things, crazy things like this. After hitting 420 many times, it was pretty wild to see this thing just make a full recovery, then start pumping as if nothing happened, especially because we had a more bearish jobs report, and yet this thing is, continuing to do this. So price action is key. The chart is king. We're just going to be looking at the chart now and just let it guide us as to what's going on. So this is pumping right now. It's not even showing any signs of slowing down. It's just continuing to go and go at the time I am recording this. You're going to be watching this 427 area as resistance. We need to hold above this before we could say we truly broke it. If we break above this, watch 427.5. If that breaks, there is potential for it to get up to 428 technically, which would be pretty insane. And if it gets above that, I would not rule out the possibility of 430 later on. But for now, we're just watching this 427 range. For support, okay, 427 would be resistance and also support if we do hold above it. You're going to be watching that plus 426.5. Then we have this previous trend line, which was previous support. It's now going to be acting as support again. So you're going to be watching 425.3 below that. Not to mention 425 flat and then 424.5. Right now, SPY is continuing to go, holding up quite decently. So watch these levels very carefully. We're going to be watching how it tries to hold at this 427 area or if it rejects or not. This is just a very crazy market, and these levels are very important. As for Tesla, this is pretty wild. Tesla came down pretty hard. This thing tanked all the way down to 250, and as soon as we hit 250, this thing started to push a little bit and a little bit. Now it's back up to 255. Tesla right now is testing 255 as resistance. Watch 256 as resistance, 257.5. If it breaks above that, there's a gap to fill all the way up to about 260. There is potential for it to bounce. Excuse me, sorry guys. There is potential for it to bounce going into tomorrow if this thing continues to push up. Not tomorrow, guys. Sorry, next week is what I'm referring to. If it continues to push up, you want to be watching this resistance at 257.5 on Tesla. If it breaks below 255, you want to be watching this 252.5 support. If it does break below 254, if 255 breaks, watch 254, then 252.5, and below that we have 250, then 247.5. As of right now, Tesla's trying to hold above 255, so watch that very carefully. For the QQQ, we're going to be watching these levels right here. Now, this is pretty crazy. We were basically tanking on the QQQ. We came all the way down to 353. Then this thing started just pumping back up to 362. Now, the QQQ has not officially broken out just yet. We have a nice double bottom formation. If we break 362, this thing could be pushing for 365. Pretty unpredictable and pretty wild, if I'm going to be frank with you. Overall, if we manage to hold this level, if we manage to close above 362, that would be very bullish for next week. So we're going to be watching this 362 resistance. If it breaks below that, watch the next level right here at 360.5. If that fails, then we have 359 as support, 358, and 356. As of right now, we're trying to hold 362, so watch it very carefully as we're starting to see the market trying to pump of all things. Very crazy market, guys. It is once again trying to fool as many people as possible, but that's why you want to be open-minded. For Nvidia, this is wild. Nvidia came down very close to our support. This is the level we were talking about, 437. We actually bounced off 439. Super, super close. And this thing started bouncing all over again. And we have this imbalance that happens to be at 455. So, we're still holding above 451. So long as we hold above 451, there is potential for it to get to 455. If that breaks, then the next level is going to be 460. Now, if NVIDIA breaks below 451, watch 450, 448, 446, and 444 as some supports. As of right now, it's looking pretty bullish, holding up very nicely. Good volume is coming up on it too. This is very crazy. So just watch these levels very, very carefully. Now, to add on to this, I just want to mention Apple. Apple ended up breaking out as well. This is pretty wild as well. So Apple came all the way down into the 172s, made a full recovery, and now this thing is trying to fill this, excuse me, this gap all the way up here around this 176 area. If we end up filling this gap, 176.5 is a real possibility. This thing is continuing to pump, so there's no major sign of weakness just yet. So this market is just made a full recovery. SPY is now starting to squeeze. We just hit 427.5 and it's continuing to go and once again just destroy these shorts who are piling in at these levels. Now we got a crazy bounce off 420 and SPY is still going. So it's pretty crazy, very, very wild, absolutely insane market. So I just want to be unbiased and let you guys know that we look bullish now. Uh, Many of us were not expecting it to just make a full recovery like this after we were just toying with 420 many, many times. So we had to be very careful. But when the market does things like this, let's not complain, let's not cry. The best thing to do is just be open minded, let the market do its thing, and then we have to always make adjustments based off what it does because it's a very tricky market. It is controlled by algorithms which are designed to trick as many people as possible to take liquidity and once again screw over retail. So if you've been struggling in this market, it's okay. It could be a very difficult market, but do not fret and do not cry, do not complain. Okay? Do not let your emotions get the best of you. When days like this happen, keep your heads up. Know that it's very possible for us to be very, very good at managing risks and succeeding in these markets, but you have to be able to manage risks with stops. You have to be able to understand price action. You have to be able to read the trends as particular levels today ended up breaking to the upside. So, with that said, I thank every single one of you for listening. Please remain calm, cool, and collected. I'll see you guys very much just later on for the next video. Once again, very crazy market, but it's not really something that has to stop you from succeeding because, use this as motivation, use this as something that will help you push forward and never ever give up, guys. So thank you for listening. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you, and peace out.